The final trailer for Project Hail Mary, starring Ryan Gosling, looks insane, and it has me thinking, is this the next Interstellar? Let's break it down. Alright, and welcome to the latest episode of What's Happening with me, Casey Foreman. We're just over a month away from the release of Project Hail Mary, and the final trailer that we saw during the Super Bowl showed us the most we've seen up until this point. And as you can see here, it looks awesome. It's getting hard not to compare this movie to one of the best sci-fis ever, Christopher Nolan's Interstellar. Let's break down the trailer, the Interstellar comparison, as well as the ending of the book this movie's based on, as we could be seeing something different on the big screen. The final trailer. It showed us what we can really expect this film to look like. Ryan Gosling's character as this overly qualified middle school science teacher who is sought out by NASA for this Hail Mary of a mission to save Earth as the sun is starting to die. He ends up pairing with an unlikely friend, a rock alien character named Rocky, whose planet is facing the exact same problem. One of my biggest takeaways from this final trailer was the cinematography. It's being done by Greg Fraser. And if that sounds familiar, it's because he's responsible for the visuals behind the Batman and Dune Part 2. If there's anyone you should have faith in to make a movie look elite, make it feel captivating, it's Fraser. If you made it this far in the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I mean, these shots that we're seeing here could actually compete with what we saw from Chris Nolan and Interstellar. Other reasons you should be excited for this upcoming release. It's being directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller, most recently known for the Spider-Verse movies. So we've seen them adapt source material for the big screen before and kill it. So it's safe to say this final trailer has me extremely excited. Now for the Interstellar comparisons. I don't say this lightly. As you can see, I'm wearing a Christopher Nolan Interstellar t-shirt right now. This is arguably my favorite movie of all time. But come on, we've got two great leads in McConaughey and Gosling, a space-centered story about trying to find a way to save the people of Earth. The difference is, one movie is about trying to leave it, the other is about saving it, along with the people. Both with stunning visuals and a story that's going to run over 2.5 hours long. And I know that Project Hail Mary is going to feature alien life, or other things or people potentially being out there, which Interstellar obviously didn't. But I think that gives this movie a chance to maybe connect with an even wider audience. I mean, come on, Hollywood loves a good CGI sidekick. And I know, it could be unfair to compare these two movies. But when you make something like this, that's where the bar is. And now let's talk about the ending of the book, written by Andy Weir, who's also known for writing The Martian, later adapted into a movie starring Matt Damon. Also a classic. Potential spoilers if the directors decide to go in a similar direction. That's the question though, will they? While heading back to Earth, Grace, Ryan Gosling's character, realizes that the thing they used has actually evolved and has started to penetrate the material of Rocky's ship. And Grace knows that if he doesn't do something, Rocky will be stranded and his people will die. Grace chooses to send automated probes back to Earth with the solution and the data needed to save them, instead of returning with it. Grace turns the Hail Mary around, finds Rocky, and rescues his friend. He then accompanies him back to his planet. We then see them 16 years later, Grace living with Rocky on the planet in a special climate-controlled habitat, eating synthetic food, when Rocky brings Grace the news that the Earth's sun has returned to its full strength, confirming that the probes Grace sent out earlier in the story arrived to Earth and his mission was a success. Our show is sponsored by Dubby Energy. Are you tired of the same old energy drinks and how they make you feel after the fact? Then Dubby's got you covered with an extensive list of clean energy drinks, and you can find a link to their inventory in the description of today's video. go be better and get energized with Dubby. And the book ends with him teaching rock aliens about science, while he contemplates potentially returning to Earth one day, but ultimately is happy and is at peace with his decision. I'm curious to see if Phil and Lord are going to stick to this same script. There were some slight changes made from the book to the big screen for The Martian, so you can only expect we see the same thing for Project Hail Mary. Will we see the pair of them survive? Or will it be something different? Get in the comments and chime in what you would want to see. Project Hail Mary hits theaters next month on March 20th. Will you be watching it? And do you see the potential similarities with Christopher Nolan's Interstellar? Make sure your voice is heard down there in the comments. And that's going to do it for this episode of What's Happening with me, Casey Foreman. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.